Another fun day of Animal Crossing, though, where it's probably a shorter day, so I don't plan to do too much. We decorated for the recording. Wait, are you just wandering? You don't need help, Pete. Alright, you keep having fun. It was just a shorter day. We got our basement disgusting. We got our kitchen with counters and some stuff in it now, so it's not everything on the floor. Don't have my net out. I don't care. I'm not worried about you today. Bug. One thing is, my day started out pretty good. I was able to acquire one of the... it wasn't one of the Spider-Man specific games that I needed, but it was a specific hero game that I've been struggling to get without it being ridiculously priced, and I finally got it, so I'm happy for that. Though it's probably going to have its fair share of issues. I got it for PC, but, you know. We'll manage. We'll make it work. All the fruit's back, so we can sell that for some money. Aw, tree's dead. That was good. I'm happy for when I eventually ever do anything with those other games. Technically could still count in the realm of Spider-Man because he's in the game, so. Either way, I'm happy that I was able to get it. See? Tree murder. Look, it died already. I have to put it out of its misery. It can only produce so many oranges before the perfect oranges before they die. If we want to call me a tree murderer, we go back to when I played Medieval Dynasty and didn't realize that what I was doing was killing the trees from regrowing and really fucked myself over of tree growth. That was a tree murderer. And the question is, will I ever return to Medieval Dynasty? Probably yes. But unfortunately, it's probably just going to be me starting over again. Me jumping in the middle of it after so long is, like, I know what I'm doing, but there's some mechanics that keep changing through updates, and it gets overwhelming to remember it all. Plus, now that I realized what I made a mistake on with the building houses to make them a little bit better and look nicer to make people happier, I can just start fresh doing that instead of having to demolish and rebuild everyone's home just to do it. Or parts of it over and over. I can start slow, build up some decent little homes, and then they can be a little happier, so they might be a little bit more productive, because the happier they are, the better their productivity is, and the better their productivity is, the better I get materials, money, and food, and all sorts of shit, whatever I'm trying to get rid of. But, the farming was what threw me off when I replayed it, because when we did that little bit before my internet just died and I couldn't, I was like, fuck it, I guess I'm not coming back for that day. Or my power or whatever happened. Can't remember which, because I've had 2 different occasions of internet dying and power outages. that confused me because I had it planted on a season that it wasn't going to grow, and then it said it was fine for the next like 2 or so. Like, it was supposed to just sit there. It wouldn't fully grow until the next, but whoever was on farming just started destroying it all. I was like, well, I wouldn't plant crops on the ground knowing that they were going to not grow that. Like, they're not going to be done by the end of the season. They were going to go into the next season, just sit there, and then finish growing on the next. And that's how some of those have worked. But then she just came in and started tearing the whole fucking thing up, and I was like, all right, well, fuck my idea then, I guess, because it was the method I was doing. And it seemed fine, but I think they tweaked it or changed it, so I didn't know what the tweak and change was. She just comes up, and the lady's just pulling out all the crops, and I was like, well, fuck all my hard work. I'll just try again next time. Because I'm like, this is good for spring and fall, like this crop. So it's like the idea is you can plant it in spring, but of course you're probably not going to get it until fall. And if you grow it in fall, you're not going to get it grown until spring. Now, granted, in regular farming games, that means the crop is just dead. It dies. It's gone. But in that game, at the time, I think it was like it could sit there in the bad weather. It just wasn't going to grow. And then it would finish in the next season or into the thing. But the lady just was like, fuck this shit. And I didn't know how to, like, tell them not to do it, because their automatic thing was like, all right, this isn't the right season for this, tear it all apart. And I was like, well, I'll learn starting fresh. A little confusing trying to do it in the middle of it all. That was in the the earlier stages of Medieval Dynasty when I was playing. But I think it tweaked or changed where that doesn't happen anymore, or that doesn't work. Because before you could grow something, even if it wasn't the right season for it, it just wasn't going to grow. It wouldn't die, it just didn't grow. You could just leave it there and you're good until the season of it came. But they changed something in their programming, and I didn't really know how to tweak all that for telling what the AI to do with farming. So they started destroying like all of my farm to get ready for winter, and I was like, well, this is not good. So I was like, this is probably best I just start over, so I can kind of get the general gist of it all. If I start over again, I'm not reading half of the dialogue again in the sense of the story. I've read that thing like 5 times now. And I still mispronounce everything. It's like half the time I played, I've had to read the same fucking thing about everyone's story about my uncle. And I'm like, you know what? I just want to live my life. Sounds like my uncle had a great time. Yeah, of course. I spotted them after midnight. The UFO came out late. Oranges, unidentified oranges all over my floor. Oh, those UFOs think they're tricky. They left oranges. Oranges everywhere. But now it's like I go into the problem is I still got to find like a good spot with like a cave. That's the annoying part. I did see that in Wilds, if you could get 2 weapons now to bring in, which is like already something I really enjoy because, you know, I'm so indecisive with what I want that I'm like, maybe give me 2 different weapons to bring in. I still haven't really decided what I want. Even in Worlds, I don't know what I want to use. I like the sword. I like the dual blades. Sometimes I like using the hunting horn. I still want to like try out using like a gun lance, but I feel so weird trying to use it because it's those bulky big things with shield always makes me feel really off when I'm playing, and I just haven't had enough practice with it. But I think it was the charge axe or whatever it is, the thing that I always see people use that always looks fun. The like vial thing that you build up or charge it, and then you just hit them with like a powerful attack. I think there was like I thought there was a switch one where you could like switch between like a sword and an axe or something, but I can't remember. I always use longsword. I was always using the smaller weapons because I clearly wasn't I always liked smaller weapons than the big, bulky, ginormous, bigger than me weapons, but I'm starting to get over that problem and just having fun with whatever. Oh, you're from Neos, right? Good. I was hoping to meet some people around here. I'm just camping for a bit. I like camping a whole lot more if I didn't have to sleep in a sleeping bag like this. Just give me a queen-size bed and some walls, and I'll gladly camp all year round. Grr. I have 5 pieces of furniture, and you're going to buy one of them no matter what. I don't like this. I'll call out one of the items along with the price. If you don't like it, you can say pass. Remember, if you pass 4, you have to buy the 5th. Watermelon chair, 3,000. I'll take it. I don't even care. Yeah, because I'm worried you're going to charge me like 20,000 for something down the road. I'll just take it. I'll take the watermelon chair. We're just living in a house. Yeah, that has like an axe mode. So I remember there was like the charge blade or some kind of switch thing that it had, and I was like, this is cool. That was my original, Oh, Tia's moving in. Great, you're moving in right in front of the fucking bridge. Thank God I already planted the bridge there. Got it constructed. I planted it with my own tree. But there's so many different weapons. I'm still fucking around with them in Worlds when we played. I was still like trying different ones out because, you know, that's kind of the fun of it, is we can just keep doing the same hunt to get the materials, make a specific weapon if it requires that, or just like make the basic bones one or whatever and just try it for a feel without doing anything too strenuous. Here, you can have this skull. What could it be? You're donating it? Oh my god, thanks. That means we're finished with the Parasaurus. Whatever it is. Happy to help. Nope, all good there. I think the last thing I did in Worlds, because I looked at my character, was I think I played around off time before with a bow, and then I realized I don't really think I'm suited for that stuff, because you can also have like different types of bow, like arrows and such, and I was always like paranoid of not having enough of the proper ammunition of what I wanted, I think was the problem. I don't know, something about it, I was like, I don't think this is for me, just because I'm too like easily forgetting like of stuff and distracted. That I'm better off just charging in with a weapon and then not worrying about a lot of the extra stuff. Though it would be fun, I just don't think it would work well for me. But I'm not entirely against having one if that's the secondary option in Wilds, is like have a bow or a gun and a melee, but I don't know if you can do that. What the fuck? A whole DJ system? I don't need that. Nope, still doesn't have it. I'm looking for the kitty wall, but he hasn't had the kitty wall. Got like a TV camera, a space heater, like a fucking like horse. Like supposed to be. It's just a knight. I was like, this looks like a chess piece. Yeah, it's like something like that I might fuck around with. But that's at a much later time. I still, like I said, still got to go through a lot of worlds and its DLC. Rise, I don't know about Rise's DLC. Never bought it, so I have no idea. I have no idea anything about that stuff. And then we can eventually play Wilds whenever I feel like buying that and getting PlayStation stuff set up. And at some point, I also want to do the thing on the Switch. That tiny basement for 400 and whatever thousand. Shit. I guess I'll throw a little bit of money into the debt now, because like I said, it's going to be kind of a short day. And now we have 370,000, probably around where it would be out of the other rooms I got was like 300 and something thousand. Hey, Drift. You're always here, just jogging, Drift. Move? Still live here. Thought you moved, right? Yeah. Drift moved like way back when. He just keeps coming back and running around up there. He's just like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm here. I was hoping you could buy. Want a coffee? Damn right. I'll take a spoonful today. The special brew I made just for you. Oh, is this dishwasher? It's dishwasher water. A hint of sweet with a strong kick. This could put a hair on your chest, or put hair on your chest, not a hair. A singular hair on your chest. I take my coffee without milk. Pretty sophisticated, huh? Sure, man. Whatever you say. I didn't really want the watermelon chair. I have no use for this, so I'll see if I can sell. I'm probably not going to be able to sell it for as much as I spend money on it. Definitely not. I spent like 2,000 or something on it. I'm going to only sell it for like 1,290. I have no need for this. Might as well try to get a little bit of money back on it. I just didn't want to get overcharged by any more than that with that person in the camping site. I was like, no. I'm always paranoid because it used to be in the older ones. I don't think they do that anymore, but in the older ones, they'd be like, you have to buy this no matter the price. And half the prices were almost all of your money, if not just about like half of it. And I was like, I'm not losing half of what was like 90,000 or 100,000 in my pocket for like a fucking chair. So I was like, just buy it now. Buy it, whatever the first thing is, and just call it there. All right, short day of Animal Crossing. Like I said, just wanted to put a little bit into debt, get my basement sorted. You'll see next time, YouTube. I didn't go through it. I'm sorry. But we'll be back at it next time.